All right, hello everyone. I'm Fred Davenport. We are joined by Michael Barham from Bessemer, Alabama. He's a native of Bessemer and a graduate of Jess Lanier High School. He has written a book, and it is called When the Ball Goes Flat. He's joining us now to talk about his new book. Hello, sir. Just tell us about it and what the public should know.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for taking the time to do this, Fred. I've written a book called When the Ball Goes Flat. I've coached high school basketball at McAdoo High School for the last 10 years. And, you know, I've learned so much during that time. But the biggest thing is, we all have a big celebration when our kids go on to the next level and play college ball. But I noticed that there were our kids that didn't necessarily transition to get those scholarships. They were having a hard time with transition. I myself experienced that, not being able to be blessed to go play at the next level. I went through depression, felt purposeless, went through that whole spiel because as a lot of athletes, they spend so much time building up themselves as an athlete, they kind of forget to build up the person, especially if no one is preaching that message for them. So I created this book just as a guide and a tool to help them through that transition, to help them gain an identity outside of sports, because it's about being more than an athlete, and to help them understand that they have more value inside of them and more highlights ahead of them than they do behind them.
And once these athletes read your book, what is it the main takeaway? What is it that the main nugget that you want them to walk away and knowing?
So the biggest thing I want them to understand that ball is not life. There is a life outside of basketball, and that they still have value inside of them. And they can, every one of us, we have a gift, and they can use that gift to get the same fulfillment, to discover their purpose and start living it.
Yeah, yeah. So are you coming across a lot of young people, young athletes who are not understanding what you have been preaching or just talking about, which led
Oh,
you to write? Yeah.
Absolutely. There are plenty. I always test the waters with my own athletes. When they get done, I give them a few months, and then I just kind of ask them, how is things going? I know how it's going because I went through it and I've seen it year after year, and they're just in that same spot. I don't know what to do next. I don't feel like I have any purpose. I'm kind of lost, because you go through that period of, I want to be an adult, but then when you hit life and you are responsible for yourself, you just find it's real hard without that extra help and guidance.
You spend a lot of time when it comes to motivating youth, young men. If you can, take the public into some of the things that you do to help your community.
Oh, absolutely. There is so many gaps to fill inside of our community. And one of the things that I believe is you find that gap and fill it, or you find your hurt and heal it. And so for me, I literally just find my hurt. I grew up in a rough situation, single parent household. So I do my best to go in and empower students. I get the opportunity to go in schools, not only provide that motivation, but to give them tangible steps to become better leaders, to be servants in their community, show them what it looks like to be a servant, to give back. So I have the opportunity to connect with schools, to speak and to uplift their students, and just show them what it looks like to be a great leader, to be a servant, and to impact the world with your gift.
How can people find your book?
So I'll be doing pre-orders starting Friday. They'll be able to find it on Amazon when I officially release it, but I'll be doing pre-orders on my website, www.michaelbarhamelevates.com.